everybody, this is Jeff with Reverb.com, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about the guitar playing of Mr. Ron Wood. Ron Wood, of course, Faces, Rolling Stones, has a bunch of great solo records, obviously a name everybody knows in the music world. Ron Wood is really a multifaceted musician. I mean, he plays lap steel, acoustic instruments, slide guitar. He's a great lead guitar player. But in this video, I wanted to focus on some things that I took from his playing from a rhythm aspect. He's such an original rhythm player, and I'm going to talk about some things he did specifically with the Faces, but rather than note for note, I'm more concerned with getting the idea of what he's doing, and maybe you can get it into your own playing a little bit. But one thing that he does would be like, like a typical Chuck Berry rhythm, like. When Ron, of course, would play something like that, but he would add things, kind of dissonant sounding things like. And of course, you might recognize that if you're a Faces fan. If you go to the key of D, that's typical of the riff of Miss Judy's Farm. But I've kind of taken that concept and used it in other songs, especially when I'm playing a driving rock and roll rhythm like that. And if you look at what I'm doing, I moved it to B. I'm in the key of B. But you've got your Chuck Berry style rhythm here, but I'm actually throwing in a little hammer on here and getting these two middle notes on the 7th fret of the D and G string, which adds a little bit to it. And you can do so much from there to spice that up. Ron would add little notes. For example, there I'm using my pinky to go from 10 to 11 back into the chord. But those are things that are so definitively the Ron Wood style. Another thing about Ron's playing that I've worked into my own playing is the way that he works single notes into his rhythm. And what I'm doing there is I'm just kind of improvising licks, but because I'm in the key of B, I've got my B minor pentatonic right there, and I'm playing a lot of little just broken. There, for example, I'm just hammering 7, 9 on the D string to 7 on the G string. And the same thing off the A string. And then kind of descending, picking bends that he does. Right within the scale. Sometimes I'll even use my thumb to grab the chord to free up my other fingers to do that. Now, if we change the feel a little bit more, instead of a straight beat, doing more like a shuffle, for example, like, with the Faces, be something like 3-button hand-me-down or a song of that style. One trick that Ron does is he's really good at stretching his fingers. If he's playing a shuffle, say off an E chord, for example, he'll sneak his ring finger across the major shape. Kind of throw that in at times, like. Even throw some licks in. And also if you notice how percussive he plays. He's really up and down with the pressure on the chord, and that's all feel. That's just the great feel that he had. Another concept I've taken from Ron Wood is the way he breaks chords up and moves with these cool half steps. So again, if I stay on a B chord, but maybe move it here, Ron had these, he must have long fingers because he does these amazing stretch things that you can do here. But if I'm off more like a B here with my first finger, this allows me to do these kind of rhythms. And there's that half step that you hear him do in a lot of his songs. And that works great too if you're playing, you know, perhaps you're playing with another guitar player and he's down in this position. You can complement that by being up. So I'm basically playing off that B chord. I'm doing these little half-step fourths from the 7 down to the 6, grabbing the 2 middle strings. And again, more half steps, all about the half steps with Ron. I'm on the 5th fret to the 6th fret on the A string, single notes I'm throwing in back to the chord. And I'm just improvising a rhythm here, but trying to grab that, you know, that essence of what Ron might do. So those are a couple concepts that I've taken from Ron Wood's rhythm playing. I incorporated them into my own playing. Works great for, you know, rock and roll and blues, cool little tricks. If you'd like to see some more future videos on Ron Wood, let us know. Because, I mean, like I said earlier, Ron Wood is a great slide player. He's a great lead player, multi-instrumentalist. I mean, we're just getting started with the rhythm aspect of it. So I'd love to do more videos on Ron Wood if you guys are interested. But until next time.